Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
This weekend gives us all a chance to reflect and remember all of those who bravely defended our country. Here in the FM area, a group of veteran motorcyclists wanted to share their message and show support. Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay shows their journey to honor the lives lost.
With the coronavirus canceling events, a group of veterans from the FM area decided to still honor the Memorial Day holiday in a unique and socially distanced way.
What could be more germ-free than motorcycle riding? So we decided that we'd take it upon ourselves to do something to honor, veterans and, everybody that's came before us in the last year.
A report from the Department of Veteran Affairs found nearly 17 veterans died a day by suicide when it was published in 2017. 5 years earlier, the number was at 22.
I don't think any day of the year should go by that that shouldn't be recognized for not only veteran suicide, but all of society's suicides, combined.
The number 22 is special to this group of vets. They took to the road, riding 22 miles from Moorhead to Georgetown, Minnesota, culminating in 22 seconds of silence and an additional 8 for those who passed this year.
First of all, we want to remember our brothers and sisters that serve and those that came home but never really came home.
Many in the group say they have felt the hurt of losing fellow service members to suicide, and they want other veterans to know that there is help and hope.
Reach out to the veteran community because they're going to help get you to where you need to go. It's my job to get you the help you need, so just reach out for help and somebody's going to be there.
In the FM area, Alexandra Kay, Valley News Live.
To find more information on the resources available to veterans in the community, you can find this story on the VNL News app. Well, here's something you don't see every day. Harvest season and planting season are taking place at the same time for many farmers in the valley. Crops still stand in fields thanks to last year's debacle with Mother Nature. Several farmers are working to get stalks out of the ground so they can get in the field to plant. Even with an ideal spring, farmers were going to start behind. Now farmers won't be able to plant nearly half of their intended crop.
For those acres, we won't buy any inputs from our local elevators. We won't buy as much fuel, so it's going to hurt the whole community if a lot of farmers have to do a lot of prevent plant.
Seasonal challenges grow deeper for farmers amidst the pandemic, pushing down commodity prices. It may lower the price tag for shoppers, but farmers will take a cut. Well, the state of North Dakota is announcing another 49 positive cases of the coronavirus, 46 of those from Cass County, bringing the active case rate in the state to 862. 39 North Dakotans are in the hospital with the virus. There were no new deaths reported today. The state's death total linked to the virus remains at 52. Overall, another 2,400 tests were completed, and the daily positive rate is at 2%. In the state of Minnesota, announced 847 new positive cases of COVID-19 today, a record for the most lab-confirmed positive cases in a single day. There are also another 10 deaths reported, bringing the state's total to 852. Over 13,000 people are listed as no longer needing isolation, which brings the active case total to 5,508. 568 patients are in the hospital, with 215 in the ICU. People lined up to be tested for COVID-19 in Moorhead as the state of Minnesota is offering free testing at 6 locations this weekend. Starting today through Monday, you can go to the National Guard Armory to get tested from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Guard members have the capacity to collect about 2,000 samples per day across the 6 testing sites for a total of about 6,000 tests over the 3-day weekend. Governor Tim Walz issued an executive order today with the state's guidance based on what the Centers for Disease Control put out in regards to places of worship. The state guidelines, developed with faith leaders across the state, say starting Wednesday, May 27th, places of worship, funeral homes, and other venues with space to hold weddings, funerals, or other planned services can open if they adhere to social distancing and other public health guidelines. Those guidelines include minimum 6 feet of distance between households. Indoor venues cannot exceed 25% capacity. Outdoor venues have a maximum of 250 in a self-contained space, and a preparedness plan must be in place. At a press conference today, Governor Walz noted this next step will again increase the chance for spreading the virus.
I am under no illusion whatsoever. Every move we make that loosens up increases the risk. And the job I have to figure out, along with the folks advising me and the people doing it, and in this case, the faith leaders, of how do we minimize that as much as possible.
Walz strongly encouraged folks in the more vulnerable population to be cautious if they choose to attend any services or gatherings. To see the complete executive order, you can find this story on our VNL News app. The Minnesota Department of Health says a graduation ceremony that went against state guidelines may have spread COVID-19. According to the department, someone who helped with setup of the event was in close contact with staff members who later handed diplomas to graduates. The department did not disclose the school or if it was for older or younger students. Today, Governor Walz said contact tracing is underway for individuals who may have been affected. And they feed, shelter, and support people across the country. Now, local nonprofits could be receiving federal support during the coronavirus pandemic. Minnesota Senator Amy Klobuchar recently introduced the Work Now Act to help nonprofit organizations meet the increase in service demand. Senator Klobuchar said the legislation would provide grants to help charitable organizations keep their doors open and provide opportunities for men and women to return to work.
And the idea is that we have nonprofits that are different in every area. We have Habitat for Humanity that's building houses, other Catholic charities or Lutheran social services. And we have strong support from major nonprofits across the country to make sure that at this time of the pandemic that they don't go under.
The program would be administered by the Treasury Department. Currently, the bill is only backed by Democrats. Well, Grand Forks County sheriffs have arrested this man, 29-year-old Reed Middleton, after he fled from a traffic stop within Grand Forks city limits. Deputies located Middleton in the vehicle, tried to stop him, and he fled again towards Emerado, where Emerado police successfully deployed spike strips just east of town. The pursuit continued into Trail County, and the vehicle came to a stop on a road west of Buxton. Middleton has been cited for misdemeanor felony, felony reckless endangerment, and a misdemeanor for driving under revocation. We'll take a look at this from an assisted living facility in Hallstead, Minnesota. All 102 residents and staff learned they were all negative for COVID-19. The good news prompting a little dance. Hallstead Living Center and Heritage House tested everyone as a precaution. Residents and employees have been getting screened and taking precautions since the outbreak began, and say the negative test results mean their diligence is working to keep the virus out.
It's a little bit of sunshine. It's a lot of smiles. It's a lot of, residents cheering. It's just, and families when we call them and tell them. And it means that what we're doing is working at the time. And we're just we'll continue to be ready.
Nelson said there will be more COVID-19 testing to come, but for now, this is definitely a reason to celebrate. And we want to show you this video shared with us this evening. You're looking at a tornado reported at 6:52 p.m. near York, North Dakota, about 35 miles west of Devil's Lake. To see if there's